doing?
All right, Meg, this is only gonna hurt for about 3 weeks. What the
That there's my steer, Griffin.
These are more times Meg Griffin proved she might be the most unhinged character in animated television. And every single one of these lands harder than anything from the last batch. Faking a pregnancy to trap a man into marriage, returning from prison as a violent sociopath, and framing an innocent woman for a crime just to steal her husband, all happen between seasons 6 and 10. Crossing lines that most shows wouldn't even think to draw.
I can feel him. I can smell him. I can taste him.
By the end of this video, we'll reach the single most talked about Meg Griffin scene in the entire history of Family Guy. Let's start the show. Season 6, Episode 9 is where Meg discovers exactly how far manipulation can carry her. And the answer turns out to be all the way to a wedding altar before the whole scheme detonates in her face. A flood puts Meg in a coma at the top of the episode.
I mean, your daughter's in a coma. What? Oh my God! Did you hear what I said? Brain freeze.
And Peter, racked with guilt over years of ignoring and mistreating her, swears to himself that things are going to change.
You hear me, Meg? If you come out of this, I am gonna treat you like a princess for the rest of your life. 'Cause I've been a worse father than Abraham.
Better parenting, more attention, the kind of father-daughter relationship Meg has never experienced. For a brief window of time, he actually delivers on that promise, which makes everything that follows sting even worse.
My God, Meg, you're okay! Oh, Meg, my beautiful daughter! Oh, things are gonna be different. No more will I treat you like some kind of alien.
Recovery introduces Meg to a med student named Michael, and she falls for him almost immediately. A normal guy, a healthy relationship, the exact thing she's never once had.
Dad, stop it! Michael's my date!
Meg, I almost lost you once. I'm not gonna lose you again.
None of that matters, because Peter's newfound protective instincts slam into overdrive.
We don't know him. Maybe he's not even a boy. Maybe he's 2 dwarves in an overcoat wanting to see what is like with a big person. Huh?
And he starts spying on Michael, interfering with their dates, and smothering Meg with the kind of overbearing attention guaranteed to drive any boyfriend away.
Oh my God, Dad! What do you think you're doing?
Peter? Oh, Peter!
I didn't say Peter, I said Dad.
Michael reaches his limit and leaves. Devastation hits Meg hard, and this is where the SUS kicks into full gear.
Dad, would you be interested in dating Meg?
I certainly would.
Rather than accept the breakup or confront her father about sabotaging the relationship, Meg announces to the entire family that she is pregnant.
I can't believe this. My baby's pregnant. How could this happen?
I don't know, but regardless of how it happened, it happened.
Peter panics and forces a shotgun wedding to make things right.
Oh my God! Meg! Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't think you wanted to see me.
But this changes everything. I want to be there for you, Meg.
The ceremony gets organized, Michael shows up, and everyone gathers at the altar.
Meg, you look beautiful.
Thank you, Michael.
I have never been more in love with someone than I am with you right now.
Until Meg drops the truth in front of the whole room. No pregnancy ever existed.
Sorry about this whole mess.
You know what, Meg? It's all my fault. I never should have dragged you into this anyway.
Every piece of it was a lie, engineered from the ground up to trap Michael into marriage. No baby, no scare, just pure calculated deception aimed at locking down a man who had already decided to walk away.
What do you mean? How do you know?
I got my period.
Michael abandons her at the altar the second that confession lands, and the entire plan collapses around her. What separates this moment from her earlier behavior is the level of planning behind it. Joining a cult happened by accident, and signing a slavery contract came from impulse. But fabricating a pregnancy to force a wedding demands sustained, deliberate manipulation, carried out over a period of days. Meg looked at a man heading for the door and decided that lying about carrying his child counted as an appropriate response. Desperation doesn't describe this anymore. Strategy does. Season 7, Episode 13 is where Meg proves she'll turn on her own blood if the opportunity for revenge shows up. And the target she selects is her own brother, Chris. Popularity arrives for Chris almost overnight.
Odd, your hair's all combed. Here, let me fix that. All right, good. Now let's give you a pencil-thin beard.
And the social hierarchy that has tortured Meg for years suddenly starts working in his favor. Attention, invitations, status, everything Meg has begged for and never once received, Chris just stumbles into without trying.
Maybe we can hang out, you know? Hey, after dinner, you want to come up to my room and give each other makeovers?
I don't use makeup, Meg.
And the final insult lands when Chris refuses to let Meg attend a party being held at their own house, the building she lives in, because his new social standing doesn't have room for his sister.
Oh, Meg, sweetheart, why don't you just go downstairs and join the party?
I wasn't invited. I hate Chris.
Fury and humiliation push Meg towards something nobody expects. She teams up with Connie D'Amico, the same girl who spent years bullying her, tormenting her, and grinding her self-esteem into dust.
Is everything set, Meg?
Once Chris gets up there, my friend in the AV department will take care of everything.
Connie has also tumbled down the social ladder now that Chris occupies her former spot.
Would you me?
And the two of them bond over a shared enemy who happens to share Meg's last name. Together, they hatch a plan to publicly destroy Chris by getting their hands on a video of him dancing like Buffalo Bill from The Silence of the Lambs and broadcasting it to the entire school, annihilating his reputation and his popularity in a single move.
Oh, come on, it's me! Griffin!
You don't get to talk like that anymore.
Everything Chris built crashes all the way back down to where Meg lives. And then the episode peels back something even darker underneath all of that. Meg exposes self-inflicted scars while detailing the bullying she's endured from Connie over the years, dropping a direct reference to self-harm before the show moves on from it almost immediately with no follow-up and no resolution. Two things register as sus here. First, Meg's willingness to destroy her own brother's social life out of pure jealousy by allying herself with the person who made her existence miserable just because they happen to share a target. Second, the show deploying Meg's self-harm history as a quick dramatic beat and then treating it like background noise. Meg didn't just want revenge on Chris. She wanted to guarantee that nobody in that family got to enjoy what she couldn't have. Season 8, Episode 11, stands as probably the single darkest Meg Griffin episode across the entire run of the show. No other storyline takes her this far, and the person who walks out the other side barely resembles the girl who walked in. Brian kicks things off by writing a magazine article about Meg and discovering that she's fallen in love with a prison inmate named Luke.
Oh my God! Meg's dating a convict!
Someone she connected with through a school pen pal project. Luke breaks out during a riot and hides inside the Griffin house.
I escaped because I just couldn't bear another second away from you.
My God, how did you get out?
And Meg makes the conscious choice to harbor him.
Wait a second, why is that guy wearing a prison jumpsuit? Think, Peter. Think. And Meg dates a prison escapee!
Oh no! Luke, run!
Authorities catch up, an arrest follows for aiding a fugitive, and Meg gets sent to prison.
Can't take him!
Yes, I can, Meg. He's going back to jail.
Well, if you're taking him to jail, you have to take me too!
I know, that's the plan.
3 months pass while the family carries on with their lives. And then Meg comes home, except the Meg who returns bears almost no resemblance to the Meg who left.
Meg, you look so different.
How was prison?
First question. Who's the biggest, toughest guy in this house?
Prison has rebuilt her completely into a hardened, thuggish sociopath with zero regard for anyone around her. And the transformation announces itself immediately through how she treats her own family. Peter gets curb stomped.
Ah! You told me not to worry about it! I should have been worried the whole time!
Lois's shirts become toilet paper. Every ounce of timidity that once defined this girl has been replaced by something cold and violent, and nobody in the house knows how to respond. Violence follows her to school as well.
What'd they put you in jail for? Being ugly?
Hey, Meg, what happened? Did you get out early for fat behavior?
Meg beats up students without provocation and carries herself with the kind of menacing energy that empties hallways on sight.
Look at Meg. They took an innocent little girl and turned her into a psychotic, sociopathic freak.
What'd you say, Brian?
Escalation continues until Meg attempts to rob Goldman's pharmacy, and Brian is the one who finally manages to talk her down and pull her back from the edge.
Teen people?
It's the article I wrote about you.
You wrote an article about me?
Extreme enough that the Parents Television Council named this their worst TV show of the week when it aired. The PTC cited excessive violence in scenes featuring Meg as both the victim and the instigator. No single scene earns this episode its spot at the top of every SUS list. What puts it there is the complete arc, representing the logical endpoint of everything the show has been building with Meg across multiple seasons. Years of abuse, isolation, rejection, and humiliation created a pressure cooker. And
Give me the gun, Meg.
Thanks for reminding me who I really am.
prison handed her permission to stop caring about consequences. Curb stomping her own father, assaulting classmates, attempting armed robbery, and forcibly kissing an unconscious girl all land inside the same 22 minutes of television. The punching bag finally punched back, and nobody was ready for how hard she could hit. Season 8, Episode 13 delivers something rare for Family Guy, which is Meg actually holding her ground against Lois, and the details surrounding that confrontation are genuinely unsettling. Meg introduces the family to her new boyfriend Anthony, and the most striking thing about him is how normal he is.
Thanks, Mrs. Griffin. That was delicious.
You're welcome, Justin. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Come on, I'll take you home.
Okay, babe.
Normal enough that the whole town gathers in shock just to watch the two of them make out, because nobody can process the concept of Meg dating a regular, functional human being.
I can honestly say for the first time that I am attracted to our daughter. This must be what other fathers feel like.
A crowd literally assembles to witness it. Lois, going through an aging crisis during this episode, watches her daughter's relationship and something ugly activates inside her. Happiness for Meg never enters the picture.
Oh my God, that's kind of hot. I bet you taste like Mountain Dew and Starburst.
Jealousy does. Jealousy strong enough that Lois seduces Anthony, and Meg catches the two of them making out on the couch in her own living room, her mother with her daughter's boyfriend, right there in the family home. Confrontation follows, and the scene veers somewhere nobody expects.
Meg, honey, I think we need to talk.
I don't want to talk to you. Get out!
Rage overtakes Meg to the point where she pulls out one of her own teeth. Not accidentally, not in a fight, but through deliberate self-extraction as a raw expression of the fury boiling inside her.
Well, I do know a few things, Megan. Clearly, if I wanted him, I could have him.
And then she starts disclosing details about her relationship with Anthony that make the entire room uncomfortable, including the fact that the two of them engaged in autoerotic asphyxiation using her mother's bra. 2 layers of SUS sit stacked on top of each other in this one. Layer 1 involves Lois seducing her own daughter's boyfriend, which is monstrous on its own terms without any help. Layer 2 belongs entirely to Meg's reaction, because ripping out your own tooth during a family argument and then casually volunteering extreme sexual details about your relationship crosses well past normal anger into territory suggesting something fundamental inside Meg has broken. Other characters on this show yell, "Slam doors," and storm out of rooms when they're angry. Meg tears out her own teeth. Season 9, Episode 12 is where Meg goes full Fatal Attraction for the second time in the series, and the target this time around isn't Brian, but the next-door neighbor. What she does to get closer to him makes the Brian situation from barely legal look restrained by comparison. Harmless enough on the surface, the setup involves Bonnie leaving town and Meg being asked to look after paraplegic neighbor Joe and his baby Susie while Bonnie is away.
Well, I'm here to help you out while Bonnie's gone.
Oh, great. Do you have any experience helping out people with special needs?
Babysitting, household help, a simple favor between neighbors. What grows out of that favor is a complete psychological unraveling that touches everyone involved.
Hey, who's that? Your boyfriend?
Yeah, that's my boyfriend.
Romantic obsession with Joe takes hold of Meg almost immediately, and not the kind that looks like a crush or a passing attraction. This is a full delusional fixation where she convinces herself that the two of them belong together.
They're delicious, Meg. Thanks.
You're welcome, Joe. He let me say it twice now. It's like we're married.
Bonnie's dresses start appearing on Meg's body around the house. Open conversations about having children with Joe follow shortly after.
So, listen, there's something I wanted to talk to you about.
What's that?
Do you ever think about having another baby?
Public breastfeeding of baby Susie begins despite Meg having no biological connection to the child at all. And that's when Meg decides that Bonnie represents the only obstacle standing between her and the life she deserves with Joe. Removing that obstacle means framing Bonnie by planting contraband in her airport luggage so that she gets arrested the moment she returns home. An innocent woman, set up for a crime she never committed, just so Meg can erase the one person blocking a relationship that exists entirely inside her own head.
Ma'am, this bag contains a concealed weapon. I'm gonna have to place you under arrest.
Oh my goodness, how did that get in there?
Lois eventually steps in and points out that Meg and Joe share absolutely nothing in common and that the entire fantasy is delusional. Meg's response to that reality check is to throw herself in front of Joe's squad car, attempting to paralyze herself on the logic that matching wheelchairs would make them a perfect couple.
Oh my God, you do have a crush on him.
What, Mom? Why shouldn't I like him? When I'm with him, he makes me happy.
Characters within the episode acknowledge how far this has spiraled, explicitly comparing Meg's behavior to what she pulled with Brian back in Barely Legal, and drawing a direct line between the two obsessions. But this one climbs higher on the SUS scale by a wide margin. Framing an innocent person for a crime, identity theft through wearing Bonnie's clothes, publicly performing a maternal role with someone else's baby, and attempting permanent self-injury to match a fantasy all stack on top of each other in a single episode.
Meg! What the hell did you do?
I made us the same, Joe. We're exactly alike, you and I. Now we can be together.
At least the Brian obsession stayed contained within the Griffin household. This one spills across the neighborhood, drags in the legal system, and nearly puts Meg in a wheelchair for the rest of her life.
I feel like such an idiot.
Don't. I'm lucky to have you as a neighbor, and even luckier to have you as a friend.
Season 10, Episode 2. The most talked about Meg Griffin scene in the entire history of Family Guy lives in this episode. The moment fans have debated for over a decade, and the scene that permanently redefined how the audience understands Meg's role inside this family. A hurricane traps the Griffins inside the house with nowhere to go and nothing to do but exist in the same space together.
I'm bored.
Yeah, this sucks. What are we supposed to do all day?
Well, how about we play charades?
Oh, yeah, okay, me first.
Tensions build, arguments break out, and years of abuse, neglect, mockery, and mistreatment finally reach a pressure point where Meg cannot hold them in any longer.
I am sick of all you guys ganging up on me. You guys all think you're so much better than me.
Everything that follows is a devastating, methodical, verbal destruction of every person in the room.
You're my brother. You're supposed to be on my side, and you're such a bastard to me.
How am I a bastard?
Oh, you want the full story?
Lois takes the first wave, with Meg laying out a catalog of her mother's worst secrets and failures, labeling her a shoplifter, a addict, a porn star, and running through the men Lois has welcomed into her life over the years.
Hey everyone. I'm sensing a lot of negativity here. What's going on?
Cutting off all contact the moment she turns 18 is openly on the table.
You're right, I'm a terrible mother. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Meg. Can you ever forgive me?
Peter comes next, and Meg calls him a waste of a man. None of this plays for laughs. Raw, specific, and clearly built from years of accumulated resentment swallowed in silence, every accusation connects because the audience recognizes each one from events the show has actually depicted across previous seasons.
You are completely selfish and totally irresponsible as a father.
All right, I see what's going on here.
This isn't exaggeration or tantrum. This is testimony. Detonation follows immediately. Without Meg absorbing abuse and holding everything together through passive suffering, the Griffins turn on each other almost instantly. Lois and Peter start fighting, Chris unravels, and the entire household structure exposes itself as dependent on Meg serving as the family's emotional punching bag.
I'll go get him. Peter, you come back here.
I faked all my orgasms!
And then comes the ending that sparked more debate than anything else in the episode. Meg apologizes. Every word of it gets taken back, and she voluntarily resumes her role as the family lightning rod, telling them she'll keep absorbing the abuse because they apparently cannot function without someone to dump on.
It's all my fault.
What?
Mom, you're an amazing mother. And all the things I said about you were out of anger, and I didn't mean any of them.
The scapegoat climbs back onto the altar by choice. What earns this the title of ultimate SUS moment isn't the speech itself, satisfying and cathartic as every second of it is. The truly disturbing part lives in the conclusion. Meg sees with total clarity that her family uses her as an emotional garbage dump, understands exactly how toxic and unfair that arrangement is, delivers the most articulate and devastating breakdown of the situation anyone in the family has ever produced, and then willingly walks back into it. No storming out, no demands for change, no ultimatums. Just a girl who looks at the abuse with open eyes and decides to keep taking it because the alternative means watching her family destroy itself. 5 seasons of escalating SUS behavior brought us from cults to kidnapping to prison to stalking, and this is the one that hits hardest because it's the quietest. No violence, no manipulation, no crime committed. Just a girl who finally tells the truth, and then decides the truth doesn't matter enough to act on.
Hi, I'm Stewie Griffin. Tonight's Family Guy was a very special episode about abuse, but the simple fact is, it's no laughing matter.